I woke up a bit ago. I actually was woken up so rudely by the customer, the broker. They woke me up at like 5 o'clock in the morning because the tracking wasn't working. So for those of you who are not aware, we do get tracked by almost every customer. And and I can remember, you know, this of course requires a smartphone, which didn't exist when I started driving. So what used to happen back in the day is that you would call in the morning and then you would call in the afternoon and give them a location update and make sure they knew that everything was fine. And so this is actually a much better system, but I do remember that at the beginning there were a lot of drivers saying nobody's tracking me on my phone. You know, they got a little cranky about it, but I actually always really liked it because it meant I didn't have to do any check calls anymore. And so the tracking was not working on the phone, so they had to call and find out. So that made me a little cranky because it woke me up super early. So as you can see, I am not put together yet, but it's because we're planning on taking showers today. So I'm thinking, why put on makeup and do my hair when I'm gonna take a shower? So I should do it then, not now. Unfortunately for you, you have to look at me the way I am as I wake up in the morning. So when I woke up, we were just getting into Nebraska, and so now we're at the point where Nebraska, we're right near Julesburg, but that's in Colorado, but we're still in Nebraska. So it's kind of the middle of nowhere. As is most of Nebraska outside of like Lincoln and Omaha. So, yep, we're going to take showers today, and then we're going to continue on. This is a team run. That's why they were really concerned when they couldn't see the tracking. They really want to make sure that we get to the customer on time, and of course we're all set to do that, so no problems there. We don't have to be there until Monday morning, and we should be in the area on Sunday afternoon. So we've got plenty of wiggle room for, you know, stuff that might go wrong. All right, you can see that I'm in the driver's seat. Milkman's getting us all prepared for lunch.
We prepare.
Everyone's getting a little testy in here. How are you feeling, Lugnut?
I'm just trying to figure out how I get why my head. I'm just trying to get this headset to hook up. Here, that's you.
To the computer? It's not hooking up?
I mean, yeah, it's plugged in. It does this sometimes.
It's not actually. You can't hear through it.
Yeah. So it's broken again. Like no.
Last time it was like all garbly.
Oh. Yeah. This just happens sometimes. Sometimes I just need to unplug both ends of the cord, and then just re-plug it in.
Okay. Well, I hope that works for you.
Yeah.
All right. So we switched at a rest area. The rest areas in Nebraska are notoriously teeny. There's just like one line of truck parking, maybe 5 trucks can fit in there.
Say, 5 trucks.
Yeah, it's horrible. They've got one really nice, big, huge rest area, and if that's not where you need to stop and switch, then you are out of luck. So, but we did stop and switch there. The only place that was available was a place that was a spot that was full of water, and then it had
it had a big hole.
Had a big hole that we couldn't see. And of course, if we had needed to get out, we would have, you know, gotten completely drenched. And so we didn't get out. And then there was another guy. Milkman kept being really nervous about our mirror getting taken off, and there was a guy who was kind of squeezing through, and then he looked at me and I said, yeah, I'm leaving. So then he just kind of stopped right there. Then there was another guy on the car side who was trying to get out. It was kind of a mess. My goodness, that guy's driving like a psycho. Anyway, so it was a mess at the rest area, and we got out safe and sound, although Milkman wasn't too thrilled with how fast I was moving because there was still that hole there, and I think you wanted me to get around it, but I couldn't because the guy was right next to me.
Yeah.
So we still haven't taken our showers, but there's a really good rest area, or a really good truck stop. You were talking about 2 different truck stops, right, my love? Can you talk about the difference between the 2 truck stops, the one that was close and the one that was farther?
The close one, Grand Island. Most of the TAs, well, they got some new ones now, but most of them are from like the 60s or something. They're very old. Super teeny tiny little showers. I mean, super small showers. And so if we go to the one, the Petrol at York, that's a newer one. The TAs are the ones that are the really old ones. So we'll go to that one, and we should get a decent shower.
Yeah. Milkman's son is a van lifer. He doesn't actually have a van. He lives in his vehicle though, and he does so happily. He likes the adventure about it. And so for the longest time, the only way for him to get a shower was for us to purchase fuel, and then he had the code for our card, and he could get a shower. And this only worked at the TAs and the Petros. The other truck stops, you actually had to physically have the card present, so we couldn't do that. But now he's finally gotten a membership to a gym, and so he uses the showers there. We always felt a little bit kind of obligated to stick with the TAs and the Petros because we wanted to make sure that he would, that we would be able to always get him showers. He helps us out a lot with, he's a diesel mechanic, so he helps us out a lot with giving us ideas when our trucks are not working properly. He'll let us know what he thinks it is, or, what we should try. That saves us a lot of money on having a mechanic diagnose our problems. And, so he helps us out, we help him out. But now that he doesn't need our help with showers, we're free to go to whatever truck stop we want to go to. All right, 8.7 MPG. I just noticed.
Ouch.
Is that what you were getting?
Yeah, that's what I told you. That's what I got. Yeah, that was me.
You got up to 8.7?
That was me. Yeah, that was me that did that.
Well, but you're doing it based on what I started.
Oh, it's true. So you should be able to get up to 10 or something based on what I've done here.
Right.
So.
Now that we're on mostly flat ground.
Yeah. I really like the big fuel tanks on this truck.
Yeah.
It can go a long ways. And I like it's got the bigger engine in it. We get better fuel mileage than the small engine.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference. We get at least a mile per gallon better in this, at least.
Yeah.
And with the big fuel tanks, we can really go a long ways.
Yeah.
Like right now, we couldn't even, you can't even get enough fuel in to even get a shower right now. So there's no point. And yeah, it definitely go a long ways.
Yeah. So now what are we doing?
We're taking showers.
Yeah, heading in for showers. You excited?
Yes. Careful where you walk so you don't fall on one of these holes.
You excited?
Be careful now.
for a shower?
Look at this.
I see it. Are you excited for a shower?
I'm excited. Hopefully it's in better condition than this parking lot.
Yeah, look at these big holes.
It's freaking ridiculous. Look at the chainers right off on this stuff, beautiful.
Yep.
I mean,
Shower room is really small. But look at this sink. Look at my hand fits like the whole sink. That's crazy. Yep. All right. All right. I feel good. How do you guys feel?
feel good.
Feel good after your shower?
Yeah.
Always feels good to get a shower.
Yeah.
Alrighty, it is time for me to go to sleep. I actually, because of our shower today, it kind of messed up our schedule a little bit. Milkman started at 11. I still had about an hour to drive, but I had to take my 30, and then I only had 1 hour left, right? And then I was going to be in Chicago, so that wasn't going to work out. So we're here somewhere in Illinois, kind of in the middle of nowhere still. But Milkman just got started driving. We have about 700 and some odd miles left. So we should be getting into the area tomorrow afternoon. And then we are just waiting until 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday to deliver our load. So yeah, things seem to be going smoothly. And anybody else have anything to say? All right, so I don't know how much of an exciting video this was. I know that we went through some new territory. I mean, it wasn't really new to us, but we haven't been through this area since we started our YouTube channel, so I know it's there was a little bit of new terrain going on in the montage. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for coming along for the ride. We'll catch you next time.